but your subconscious mind has taken over you, because of which you had that impact. You would have cried, you would have seen your people next to you also crying. Now, let's have fun to see how the subconscious mind reads. Now, all that you do is just close your eyes for a minute, take a deep breath, and slowly breathe it out. Do it once again. Breathe in and slowly breathe out. Now, don't think of a pink elephant. Well, open your eyes. So what is your elephant doing? Sitting, standing, walking, running? Hi friends, welcome back to your channel. Sales is always fun. In this episode, we are going to talk about the magic of words. Because some words have a positive and some words have a negative impact on the customer. Like I was talking in the last episode, when you tell your customer, dear customer, please sign this contract, customer takes a foot back. So we will study why is it happening and what are those words which we should avoid and words which we can use. Because why it happens, why some of these words play around is because in our mind, our subconscious mind reads it very differently. Now, what is the subconscious mind, how it reads, we'll look a little bit into that. Now, how many of us have cried in a theater? You know it's just a movie. But your conscious mind knows that it's just a movie, what is that? But your subconscious mind has taken over you, because of which you had that impact. You are crying, you are seeing your people next to you also crying. Now let's have fun to see how the subconscious mind reads. Now all that you do is just close your eyes for a minute, take a deep breath and slowly breathe it out. Do it once again. Breathe in and slowly breathe out. Now, don't think of a pink elephant. Well, open your eyes. So what is your elephant doing? Sitting, standing, walking, running? I told you, don't think of an elephant. But what happened? And I told you, don't think of a pink elephant. And to your mind came the pink elephant. You imagined a pink elephant. So this is how the mind plays tricks on us. In addition to the subconscious mind, we also have certain characteristics that keeps playing. One is, as a buyer, when we also do purchases, we buy out of emotions and then try to justify it logically. Now let me give you an example. You have decided that you're going to buy a red color dress. For some occasion you're going to buy. When you reach the shop, you see a beautiful blue dress. And you also know you have a good number of blue dress with you. But you still choose the blue dress and you justify saying that this blue I don't have. This blue is very different. Right? So this has happened to all of us, sometime or the other. We buy through emotions and then justify it logically. Another human character is that, yes, like I discussed about it earlier, we like to buy things. We would love to be in control, which means we don't like people again pushing us. Okay. Number two, we want to feel that we are worthy. We deserve it. We also have an inherent feeling that I am significant, I am important. And that's when people say this offer is only for you and we get attracted to that. And people also do not want to be taken for granted. So we just don't want people to keep pushing us around, not take us for granted. And we love to have choices. And because we want to be in control, we would love to have choice and choose from it. So the subconscious mind is always looking at these. So moment certain words, if it goes in parallel to what the mind wants, it picks it up and looks at it positively. In physics, it says opposites attract. But we as human beings, there's a very strong saying that like likes like. Now, let me put it like this. You are from a district A living in district B. Okay, you are from district A living in district B, but you are in district B. The moment you see somebody from district A, you take an automatic liking for that person. Now let's see what are the words that we can use and we should not use. Probably we will begin with words which we should avoid using. Okay, now coming to the words that we should avoid using. The first one is I, me. Do not use excessive of I and me when you are talking with a customer. Because the customer is not bothered what you do. What he is bothered about is what is in it for him. How it impacts him, how does it going to be of benefit to him. So if you can use more of we, you, us, it will make a huge impact. Customers' name people say you can use, but then again, research says that if you use it more than 4 times, customer is very unhappy during the course of discussion. So when using the customer name, use it not more than 3 to 4 times max. Beyond that, avoid using this name. And yes, we, you and us is very much liked by the customer. The other word which we should avoid is when you say honestly speaking, trust me, honestly. When you say this, we think that we are making an impact on the customer. But the customer's subconscious mind starts reading, now was he telling a lie all this time? Only now he's speaking the truth. So the customer reads it very differently. So avoid using these words. Honestly, speaking truly, and all these words, please avoid. Similarly, words like problem, issue, these are very negative words and doesn't gel well in the subconscious mind. They sense a sense of fear when you start using these words. So what the solution is, you can use things like solutions, the challenges you are facing, looking at your goal, you can use these words instead. Similarly, negative words like can't, won't, shouldn't, would not, should be avoided in full. And also do not talk anything negative about your competition to your customer. Now, many of us may find it surprising. Now, just imagine if somebody comes to you and talks bad about me or somebody else to you, what happens? So, Mr. A walks to you and talks bad about somebody else. In your mind, you would have the same image of A as what he was talking of B. So all those qualities that he attributed to B will be attributed to A also. This happens in our mind and this happens to all of us. So hence, do not talk ill about competition to the customer. All that you do is you talk positively what your product offers. Be very positive, be very upbeat about it. And then probably you can tell them, sir, you please compare this to competition if you want to. Don't bring in competition unless customer brings it in. And another word that customer is a little averse to hearing is words like risky. No customer wants to take a risk with his products. So avoid the word risky. And also similarly avoid the word horrible, because these are negative words which would have a different impact on the customer. And another word which we should avoid is saying obviously. So what it means is that I know you do not know. The customer asks something, you say obviously. So you're telling him, yes, I know. Obviously it will happen. Means you're telling the customer, you do not know it happens like that. So again, avoid this word obviously. Another word is which customers don't like is, so as a matter of policy, avoid using this word policy. Because somehow it gives a wrong connotation to the customer, the wrong feeling. Use the word process. Sir, our policy does not permit us to give you do this. Don't tell that. Use instead the word process. Sir, in our process, we find it difficult to give you. We may find it difficult to offer you these days. And other thing is don't be vague, which means words like maybe, could, might, hope, perhaps, all these have to be avoided. Because customer needs certainty from you. Customer needs you to be confident. He needs a real clear picture from you. The moment you use these words, it gives him a feeling of vague that there is some play is going around. And also do not use the word try. Instead, probably you can say do. I will do this. We will give it a shot. Don't say the word try, which again gives a negative meaning. And then the other words to be avoided is seriously. You're not in a hospital or things seriously. You are supposed to take your business smoothly. So you avoid using this word seriously with the customer. Similarly, sorry. Don't use the word sorry. It brings you down. For example, you're late for the meet. Don't walk in and say, I'm sorry. Instead, say, thank you for your patience. In case you made a mistake, don't say sorry. You say, yes, I made a mistake. I got it wrong. Be upfront about it. Customer will like it. And also avoid using words like ridiculous. I'm sure you would understand the moment you heard the word, the bells will ring in you saying that yes, this is not the right phrase to use to the customer. And also avoid using slangs. Slangs is fine with a friend, but not with a customer. But then you can use the industry words. Like certain words which are used in the industry, you can use that. For example, if you're in a telecom industry, you can use the word ARPU, which is average revenue per user. That is fine. But not the slang words that you may use with your friend. However friendly your customer may be, please avoid using slang words. And also don't tell the customers, dear customer, you buy it, I will get commission, or I will get my fees, or I will get my quota done. Don't ever say that to the customer, because the customer is only interested in what is in it for him and what is good for him. He's not bothered what you do, what you make. On the contrary, he may even think that if your commission is high, so I am losing a lot of money because of that. Am I paying for your commission also? So don't bring these words into the play with the customer. Another word that which we normally use is I would like to pitch my product, or I would like to pitch my service. Now there is so much of pitch word used. The customer thinks that you are trying to force him to buy. Instead, use simple words like I would like to make a presentation, I'd like to do a demo, which are not very pushy, like the word pitches. And the other word which I was talking some time back is contract. The moment you say the word contract, the customer thinks that he is committed to something. He is given into something, he is losing something. So that's the kind of fear that sets in. Instead of contract, use the word agreement, use the word paperwork. It feels much lighter on the customer. Another word which I used before is the sign or signature, which again the customer feels he's committed, or he is into doing something which may cause him a problem in the long run. He might get into that kind of feeling. So instead of saying sign, you say approve, which means you're putting him on a higher pedestal. There's one word which you can use there. And another thing that which many of us use is when you just call up the customer. Mr. Customer, I called you, I was just to follow up. Why just to follow up, he'll ask. Instead, you tell him, yes, I was going through my old document, through my paperwork, I realized that we have not spoken for some time. So I just thought I'll call you up. Which means you are taking yourself on a pedestal with him. That you are busy, you suddenly realize, you called him up to check things. So you are getting on par with him. The other word is the price or the fees. These are two words which again, make a customer feel that he is going to put in a lot of money to the table. Instead, if you tell him investment, which means he knows there's something coming back into him, the feeling is much, much lighter. And another word which we generally use, I am the cheapest, I am cheaper. The customer immediately associates that with the quality. He is cheap. No, his price is cheap. That gives a feeling that the quality is also cheap. Instead, say, I am very competitively priced. Simple. The moment you say I'm competitively priced, he knows that you are on par or slightly playing around competitive prices. Another word which puts customer on the back foot is when you say you buy. Oh, got it. So buy is again like the price. That money is going out of. Instead, you can use a word, so you can own it. you can acquire it, which gives the customer a lot of comfort feeling. And then when you say, I give you a discount, it's another word which all of us use. Discount, discount, discount. The moment you use the word discount, the customer starts feeling, where is he cutting corners? Where is he cutting corners to give me the discount is what the customers think. So instead you can use that there's a limited time offer. This is a special price which you are offering. So these terms will make the customer a little comfortable in listening to you. Next is when the customer has an objection. Sir, I understand your objection. Don't use the word objection back to him. You say, use the word instead, I understand your area of concern. So the moment you use the word, the area of concern, the customer calms down a bit. He says, yes, he understands. And another thing is, we also look at the word deal. Let's sign this deal up. Customer again goes on a back foot. So don't use the word deal much. Maybe let's work on this opportunity together to be an ideal word to use. Let me advise you, is what we tell the customer, knowing our product and service. Let me advise you, this should do for you, that should do for you. He doesn't want to listen to your advice. He would be wondering, who is he to advise me? Instead, you say, sir, in my perspective, my recommendation, I would recommend, my recommendation would be. So, avoid advice, use these two words, recommendation and perspective. Prospect is again another word which we use. This prospect of mine, the other prospect of mine, somewhere puts customer a little uncomfortable. Instead, use the word my future client. Customer is going to buy. My client or my future client. I have X number of future clients coming into my list. Shows more positive. And then another word that we commonly use with the customer is, mine is the best quality. The moment you say mine is the best quality, the customer will behind his mind start thinking, what is the proof for it? Let's go check it out. Instead, if you say, well, we are known for our quality meets these standards, customers buy that easily. Okay, so these are the words which we said that you should not be using. The list is long. I have only taken the cream. So we will look at some words which you should use when you are talking to your customer. The first one is value. The customer likes the word value because here they associate with value for money. So the moment you say my product is value for money or I give value, the customer finds it a lot more comforting and smoothing. There's an interesting word that many of us use that is called as but. Now this is a very tricky word. If I say you are smart, you work hard, but you are. The moment I use the word but, which means you are smart and hardworking, you have no use any longer. That immediately gets wiped off from the customer's mind. He says, okay, these two are not the characters that he's looking for in something else. So, but whenever you use it in positive term, when you're talking to the customer and you bring in a but, it immediately wipes out the positivity. So what you should bring in there is the word A and B and. You are hardworking, smart, and I would recommend you to do X, Y, Z. If you say something negative, you are not doing this, you are not doing that, but you do this, this, this. So when you use a negative connotation, but is useful. So when you use it negatively, you can use the word but. When you start the sentence positively, use the word and. Next is word is I will do. The word do you can use a good number of times because then the customer gets a feeling that yes, he is going to work out something for us. And another word which you can use is or. The more choices you give to the customer, you can do this or you can do this or you can do that. Customer gets a choice, he is very happy to have it. Consensus is another word which customer likes because between you and him, there's a consensus, we agree to something. So, which means that we are on a platform working together. Another interesting word which you can use is imagine. Now, this is something which all of us like because as human beings, we We love storytelling. We love to imagine things. We love to visualize. For example, just say that imagine that you have your laptop here, open, and you're working like this. The customer starts imagining and he buys the product. He starts owning the product, making it easier for you to sell. Similarly, there are words like see, hear, and feel. Now, what happens is, for example, a group of you go for a movie. And once you come out of the movie and you ask people what they like, some of them will say, I like this scenery, I like the shots, I like the scene, I like the visual effect. Some would say, I like the emotion in the story. There would be others who say, I like the music, I like what I heard. So people are either, generally they are auditory, where they like the voice, they are visual, they like to see, or they're kinesthetic, they like the feeling. So when they talk also, those who are visual would use the word see, those who are auditory would use the word hear, words like hear, and those who are kinesthetic would be more using the word feel, and words similar to that. So when they use those words, you can also use those words, which they would love. And this, of course, we will look in when we do rapport building, where we look into that a little more deeper. Then, of course, I had said their name already is there. Not caution during the entire course of conversation, not more than 3 to 4 times. That's it. Then the next magical word is because. You must have realized I use a lot of because. The mind of ours wants to get a reason. And the word because provides that. The moment you use the word because, they find that there is a reason. There's a very interesting study done. When people are standing in a queue in front of a photocopier machine, somebody tried to cut the queue, went ahead and told the people in the front, I want to take photocopies. The person, 80% of them rejected back. Then when he went and told them that I have to take copies because I'm in a hurry, I need to do it fast, more than 70% of people allowed them to use it. And the funny part is, even when he said, I want to take photocopies because I want to take photocopies, even then 60% of the people permitted him to take photocopies. So the word because is very strong. So use it as much as you can. Next word is opportunity. Is another positive word. The customers would be looking at that word. The more you use it, the more positivity it brings in. And then, of course, another word they like is new. But then you should be using it very carefully, because if you use too much of new, they might think that is it tested or untested product. So when you use the word new, you will have to prove your product also. The other word which people love is the word result, because everybody wants a solution. So you say, with my product, you do this is the result you are going to get. And that's the word result is something which customers like a lot. Another word people like because, again, it gives a feeling that it's a high quality, it meets their esteem. So go use the word premium. Exclusive is another word, which again gives them a feeling of luxury, prestige. Another word which you can use is safe, because nobody likes to take risk. I think we discussed that when we use the word, study the word risk. Avoid the word risk, use the word safe. Simple is another word which customers like, because at the end of the day, when they buy a product or service, it has to be simple to use. And the more number of times you say simple, the more positivity it brings into the customer's mind. The other word is can. Use it as frequently as possible, which rubs in a lot of positivity with the customer. We can work it out. We can do this. Use the word can. And another word is giving a thumbs up to the customer, saying, sir, you are correct or you are right. So that again plays the esteem of the customer. Another interesting word is now. This word has got a magical impact, like because. The moment you say now, it indirectly tells the subconscious mind it has to be acted now. You have to do it now. It indirectly pushes the customer to act now, as and when required. Another word is telling the customer thank you whenever they give you a bit of information or advice Always keep thanking them. And the other word which customers like is when you say, sir, can I tell you a secret? The secret behind it. They get a feeling that this is information which you are giving exclusively to them. And all of us love to listen stories and secrets. So use the word secret. Thank you. So till we meet in the next episode, goodbye from Ajit. But before that, please subscribe and press the bell button so that when the next episode is uploaded, you will be intimated. Thank you. Bye.